Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, sir. Maybe I think I have a problem with my laptop, sir.
Laptop. Oh,
Yes.
great then.
Now I connected with mobile, sir.
Okay, okay. Fine. I don't know when this count will reach to 100. That's my dream, which I want to achieve very soon. But a lot of people have taken permission today. Mostly, if they would have joined, then it would have touched 100. And 100 is the limit for the Zoom, whatever we are using now. Okay. And there, I want to start live streaming in YouTube. That's my dream, which I've been visualizing from so long, but still it's stuck in the ITs only. Hopefully, it will touch 90s within few minutes or few days. Let's see. Okay. Fine then. So today's topic is very important to everyone and very important to me as well. But my words would be little blunt, nothing but harsh. Okay, today's session, and it will directly point to your mind and the heart, and which make you feel guilt and lot of things. Okay, I don't want to mention what are all the emotions you will be going through, but everything whatever I'm going to share, that should register in your brain, and then you should operate your entire life with the words which I am going to share today. Very, very, very important session. And if you understand what exactly I'm going to share today, and if you can implement in your life, then your life will never be the same again. But there will be a lot of twists and turns in the presentation. At the same time, there are a lot of twists and turns in terms of my explanation as well. But I'll be asking so many questions. Don't answer anything, but write them in your notes and then ask to your own self the questions. Guys, please open your notes, and then yeah, I'm not going to teach anything new today. Everything what you know, but I'll be asking the questions in a way that you should get some awareness about your life. Okay, in a lot of different ways and in different areas. And just give me 1 minute, I'll scan the people who are all there. Okay, then fine. Thank you. Can anyone guess what could be the topic? Don't want to guess.
Emotion.
Emotions. Okay, thank you, Likita.
Self-realization.
Self-realization. Who's that?
Me, sir. Kavya.
Kavya. Okay, great. Others? Guess. No right answer, no wrong answer. Right? I'm not going to give any punishment or not going to give any reward also. Just guess something.
Medium.
Yes,
Life changing session.
self
Medium.
motivation.
Every session is a life changing only. Yeah, every session is a motivational session only. But certain topic
Taste of
title.
How to overcome struggles.
How to overcome? Who's that?
Riches.
Ruchita. Repeat again. How to overcome
Struggles.
struggles. Okay.
Fairness.
Fairness. Okay.
How to control our
Process of life.
How to overcome from our past experience.
Fine. Let's see. I too don't know. Let's start then. Uh, Guys, today's presentation is very important. Give your full attention no matter what happens. I don't know how much time it will take. I am thinking 1.5 hours, but it may go beyond that also because I packed so many things today and I went out of my style in terms of creating the presentation this time to give something different what than more than what you expect. So let me start my presentation. Don't leave and don't turn off the videos because I'll be checking your videos also while presenting. I don't look at my screen. Mostly I look at videos only while sharing the screen. So yeah, let me share the screen. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, my sincere request, advice, or whatever you consider it as demand. Always check your mic. Don't unless I'm not going to ask anything unless until if it is something required, then only unmute yourself and speak. Otherwise, always check your mic whether it is unmute or unmute, and then keep always yourself mute and be aware of that whether you are unmute or unmute. Okay, so just a moment. Hmm. Okay. Hopefully, I've not seen anything. Okay, then let me arrange the videos. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining on Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. Some of the people not possible, but there are so many people have taken permission to turn off the videos and a lot of things, but it's okay. Whoever joined, and no recordings are provided this time. This is something which is personal to me, so I'm not going to put anywhere in the YouTube or in even not even links also. So that's why give your full attention here and write down whatever you feel like something learning and whatever which is important for you. Okay, then let's start. Let's reveal the topic one after the other and guess it. What could be the presentation of today's session? Who is he?
Beggar.
Beggar.
Beggar. Beggar.
Beggar.
Or we also have one more name called pauper. Okay, pauper. P-A-U-P-E-R. Pauper. So we call the people beggars, paupers. Okay. Can you guess the title? No.
Don't
Okay.
beg from anyone.
Don't beg.
Don't beg
Beg.
anything from anyone.
Okay. No. Yeah, that's where the style.
Be
Okay.
a beggar while accumulating knowledge.
Oh. I did not think in that way, but a very great guess. Okay, but not accurate. Let's start. Who is he?
Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister.
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister of the country. You know, not
India.
when I was childhood, I always used to get confused with the Prime Minister with the President. I always say, vice versa. Okay, great. So observe these two images, and then our particular topic starts now. From the pauper to Prime Minister. From the pauper to Prime Minister. We all have 24 hours in a day. And how do we manage our time decides everything in our life, whether we'll become a beggar or whether we'll become the person who runs entire country. And every time people have one of the most important excuse, most common excuse for not taking the action is what? What is one of the most common excuse people make for not taking the action?
We don't have time.
Don't
Fear.
have time.
We are not use the time properly.
Yeah, so the most common excuse whenever I ask something people, then the immediate answer which would come is, sir, I did not have yesterday time to do that or this or that and all. You will have 100 reasons to tell me, but understand the first two images that everybody is blessed with the 24 hours in a day and not even extra single minute also extra. Okay, but how exactly some people are utilizing in the best way possible and some people are not able to utilize in the best way possible, and why we are failing in our lives, what exactly the reason and root cause of our failures and all we'll be talking today. So you can think of today half of the presentation is about time management, but there is no concept of time management. It's always about the priority management or about mind management or self management. And you can't manage the time. How can you go stop the that hours, different things, whatever is there right in your clock? You can't stop the clock, you can't stop the time also. You should according to the time you should manage yourself to do the things and all. But generally most of the people always worry about time management and all, but today I will be going to reveal a lot of things how exactly you can manage your own self according to the time, so that you can make best out of your day and you can become successful in your life. So I always like this line from Mahatreya and I really love this. He always asks one question, and whenever he gave the whenever he gave a talk to the people group of audience, most of the time he listened a lot of questions from entrepreneurs and a lot of people, that what did the big companies to do to become big, successful in their life. What did the big companies do in terms of getting success? But and at the same time, a lot of times people ask what successful people do, what successful people do in their time, in their day-to-day activities. And here I want to ask you one question again, that I want to tell you one more thing is that it's not the question about what successful people do in their life. It's the always you should ask the question that how they utilized their time when they are ordinary to become successful? How did they use their time when they are ordinary people? Then they became successful. If you can replicate the same recipe what they followed when they were not successful, then eventually you will also become successful by following the recipe which they followed to make themselves great or successful in their life. But most of the time we fail to do that process in our life, and then we ended up failing so much in our day-to-day activities, and at the end of the day we feel regret and guilt for not doing something which we really wanted to do in our life. So this is where the real presentation starts, and let's move to the presentation that every time in our life, whenever we have a time, whenever something is important in our life to do, we always kill the time. We always enjoy the time. At the time we don't do anything meaningful in our life. We think that we have a lot of time, and we postpone and procrastinate the things till the 11th hour, and then we always run out of the deadlines, and we run always out of urgency. So remember something every time, whatever is important in your life, if you don't take the action when it is important stage, soon it will become urgent, and you will be running out of the time, and you will be having a lot of tension and pressure out of deadlines. So think of whatever you do in your life out of deadlines and out of urgency, you will never get excellence in that field. Means, think of tomorrow there is a presentation you should give, and today night you started giving the presentation, then you will never give the best presentation possibly you would ever imagine, because you are running out of the time and you don't think creatively, and you will be just trying to copy paste the things from the Google and then complete the presentation for the sake of completing. And before assignments also, if there is assignment for you, and if you have started doing that assignment, and then tomorrow is a deadline to submit, and you don't even read what you're writing, also you'll just try to complete for the sake of completing, and then you will finish it off. And where did the excellence come from? Out of, when you are doing every time like that activities, nowhere. You will never get excellence out of this kind of behavior in your life. Getting? And let's understand what exactly the priorities, how exactly we can decide how we can eliminate the time stealers and time suckers, okay, or time killers. If you understand what exactly the time killers in your life, then you can eventually get succeed in your life. It's simple, like, think of the paddy field, and you're watering every day to the paddy, but there are a lot of rat holes which are there in that paddy farm, and then how much ever water you are supplying, but still the water is getting into the rat holes, not able to reach to the roots of the paddy. I think in the same way, like how rat holes are there, in the same way your time is going into that rat holes, like in our time killers or time suckers. So many times your time is slipping away from your day into the unnecessary things which are not having that much impact on your life. So let's understand with the quadrant quadrant terminology. I will show you what exactly the quadrant look like. This is how the quadrants look like: quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. We'll come back to this later, but now let's understand here. We have 4 quadrants. When you are specifically understanding about time management, these 4 quadrants technique which has helped me so much in my life, and I'll tell you with personal my examples how exactly I use these 4 quadrant techniques to make my time best out of, like, to get the best out of my time. And first and foremost thing is urgent and important. There are a lot of things in our life. Suppose today I told I will give the presentation at 7 o'clock, and today morning when I have not started my presentation, it's very urgent and important to do it immediately without any excuse. And that's why there are so many people called me today. I did not pick anybody's call. I did not respond to most of the messages because it's very urgent for me to complete my presentation, and very important also because I've given my word, and see, 90 people have joined. So I've given the word that I'll be giving the presentation, and if I don't prepare, then I'm going to lose the trust from the people and loyalty from the people. So it's very important for me, and I have to do it now without making any excuses. And also I'll be running out of the time. Sometimes I wanted to do something more out of the presentation, but still I did not get a time to do some things. But still, whatever the time which is available to me, I made use of the time in the best way possible. So first quadrant is urgent and important work, and you should understand what exactly comes under this quadrant or this category in your life. In my case, I've given the example of this particular one, like today preparing the presentation, and maybe in your life also, maybe tomorrow you have exam, and there is only one day left for you. You have to prepare it. You have to prepare for it, and you have no time left. and tomorrow you have interview. So it's very urgent and important for your life, and there is no scope for procrastination, and it is having some deadline. Okay, this particular works will have the deadlines, and there is no option for you except doing it now. And the best way to do it immediately. Whatever the activities which you consider as important and urgent, the best way to do is as immediately as possible or as soon as possible. Then only you will be okay. Otherwise, you'll be getting tensed and tension and pressure and all. Then you don't able to live your life with peacefulness. So think of, there are different ways you can think about the urgent and important activities. Suppose your loved one is in hospital, and that's very important. You have to go and attend to the, see the person, and that is something very important, at the same time urgent. So personal life, that is professional life, and you're working in on project, and there is a deadline for the project you have to complete by the end of the day itself today. So that's a very urgent and important. If you don't complete on time, then you will be kicked out of the company. So understand these things. What is urgent and important, give the priority, utmost priority to that only, without deviating from your task. Think of what is urgent and important in your own life. If you are a student, then definitely, if you have exam, then that could be your urgent and priority work. If you are a person job seeker, and if there is an interview, then that is your urgent and important work. So like that, think of. And if you are a mother, if your son is having health issue or daughter is having health issue, then that is urgent and important work for you to take care of. So like that, you think of what exactly comes under this category and then manage your time accordingly. And second one is important but not urgent. So these are all very important in our life. Whatever we consider as a health is very important, but most of the time we ignore our health in terms of doing exercises and meditation and taking care of some, going to temple or whatever it is, wherever you feel some peacefulness. Very important to do certain activities in our day-to-day life, but we feel like it's not urgent. Okay, what is the need for me to go for walk today, and my health is good only, like that we feel. But remember, whatever important but not urgent soon becomes urgent. Okay, even though it is not urgent now, think of like you are not prioritizing your health every day, and maybe you may get some disease and health issue. Then when you go to doctor and he says that there is a hole in your heart and you should do every day some exercises and walking, and it's urgent and important for you, there is no scope for you to procrastinate and postpone it. But why are you waiting till it become urgent? When it is important state only, you should take it as a priority and complete it, because this will not, most of the time, important, not urgent things will not have any deadlines. But still, you have to complete them and then try to do those things. Okay. So plan and then schedule. In my case, reading the book is very important, but not urgent. But I have to do it every day on day-to-day basis to improve my knowledge, to give this kind of presentations, or to change your lives, or to change my life, to improve myself. I need to work on that reading, but sometimes it may not be urgent, but it's very important. If I am not doing it, soon it will become urgent in the future. So like that, you think of what exactly in your case. If you are working as an employee, then important, upskilling is very important, but not urgent. But if you are not at all upskilling, then one day your boss will call you and tell you that, okay, this is the last day of your career in this IT field in our company, because of lack of skills which are required for our current project. Simple. But we think that we will start one day next month, or 2026 January 1st onwards, like that we'll wait and procrastinate, but we never do them. And soon it will become very urgent, and then tomorrow you will be losing your job if you don't learn the skill today and don't complete the mandatory courses which are assigned to you. And what will you do? Like most of the time, to complete the mandatory courses, you don't even read the context. You will just try to complete it by hook or crook. At any cost, you will be completing it, and you don't get anything out of it. Still, there will be a lot of problem for you in the job to complete your task, day-to-day task. Important but not urgent. Think of what exactly comes under. In my case, health comes into that, and that's why I make health is very highest priority in my life. Every day, no matter what happens, at least I go for walk, or every day I go to gym. If I don't go to gym, I go for walk, but and every day I go for both gym and walk, because for me health is the most important thing than anything else in my life. If I'm healthy only, then I can take the classes, I can earn the money, I can be happy, I can do whatever I want. But if my health itself is in danger, then no matter how many goals I have, still I'll be just lying in the bed only by taking the medicine. So I don't want to be that kind of person. When I'm healthy, then I want to take care of my health properly by eating the right food and right amount of diet. But most of the time, what exactly saddens me is that in a lot of people's lives, people only take the fruits when they are sick. But understand, you are getting sick because not having the proper diet. And if you can eat before when you are healthy itself, then you don't have to fall sick. But this is the wrong mindset in our middle class, low class mindset. People think that fruits and whatever the milk and bread only given to the patients and not to the normal people. They think that why they need fruits and bread and milk like that. But understand, when you are eating the right food and right amount of diet, then you will be always happy and healthy like me. Okay. Yeah. Next quadrant, urgent but not important. So I don't know. Some people may be calling me now while I'm taking the class. They may be urgent, but I don't know whether it is important or not. There are some random new members will come, and a lot of new members will call me, and they call me repeatedly. But I feel it's urgent, but not important for me at this point of time, because what is important for me is to take the class, and I don't want to see who is calling also. But most of the people's lives lies in this category only. Okay, you can think of your life is in this category. People, your friend calls, and then immediately, without even thinking about the class, you will leave the call and ask what happened and all. You can ask that question after the class also, but for you, you feel like it's very urgent, and without knowing the importance also, you wanted to know whether it is important or not. But 99% of the time, most of the things are just urgent but not important. Lot of calls whatever you receive, but every time you have that negative thinking, maybe your friend is in danger, maybe your mother is in danger, father is in danger and all like that. But most of the time, they call for the normal reasons only, but you ended up giving your time to them, not understanding the importance. So in this case, urgent but not important, most of the time people tend to make themselves opening the WhatsApp whenever there is a message. They think that it's urgent, but it's not important. Most of the time, most of the messages can wait. Okay, can wait for some time till you open. Messages are meant for whenever you are free, then only you can open like that. That is a message. Okay, that's the meaning of the message. And call is something which is very important. Sometimes it could be, that's why people call you directly without even messaging you. But the message is something can wait for some time. When you are free, till you are free, then it will wait. But most of the time we don't have that patience to wait, and we immediately open whenever there is a notification or pop up. So understand these things. And here you understand, here delegate or minimize. When you are minimizing these activities, then you will get more time. Every time in the morning itself you started doing the things, then you will not get a much time to do all the main activities in your day-to-day life. But legends live in the third category, but ultra legends live in the fourth category. Okay, so and you decide if you belong to third category or fourth category or second or first. Neither urgent nor important. Simply they open in the morning, there is no message also, still open the Instagram and scroll through. There is no urgency, there is no importance also, but still they ended up wasting their first two quality, very productive 2 hours in Instagram only, by commenting on unnecessary mindless reels, and by sharing the reels to the friends and receiving the reels and reacting to all the funny reels and no meaningful reels also, thinking that my friend shared by spending some time, let me react to the meme or reel, otherwise he will feel upset and he don't share again in the future like that. We ended up doing these things, neither urgent nor important, thinking that that something gives us some refreshment and all. But let me tell you one simple example. Think of opening Instagram, watching the reels is like you are in the ship. Okay, you are in the ship, and ship has the boat, ship, the boat has, or ship has the hole, and the water is slowly getting inside the boat. Okay, water is already started getting inside the boat, and what the people will do is, they think that okay, now I am going through some pain in my life and I need some refreshment. Going through the pain is a one particular hole in your ship, and by opening the Instagram is, or by going through the social media is, making the other hole to remove the water from the ship. Okay, and that's the ultra legend people do, and that's what people are doing nowadays. I have seen so many people in my life. The biggest mistake what they do in this category is that they are thinking that that's where the refreshment can be found, but your activities comes under neither urgent nor important. You ended up wasting your most of the precious time into these things. By the end of the day, when you are spending your most of the time in third category and fourth category, your life is filled with so much of regret, guilt, shameful feelings only. And that's why nowadays it's very difficult for you to feel happy about yourself. It's difficult for you to love your own self. Why? Because you are every time hating yourself in lot of unnecessary things. Then loving yourself is the least affordable thing for you. Okay, which you can't afford. And understand where your time is going. where your time is going and where your most of the waking hours are going, and then decide how you can make best life possible out of these things. And my life most of the time goes in first two categories, and third category is something very rarely I spend in my day, and that's why I'm able to do a lot of things which I really wanted to do in my day. And let me explain with the examples. This is the quadrants. Okay, the quadrants is something. First quadrant is urgent and important. Do tasks with deadlines or consequences. Okay, there will be definitely tasks with the different deadlines or consequences. As I explained, that if there is a project today to complete, and if you don't complete, then you will be facing the consequences from your manager or the team. And in the same way, important but not urgent, the task with unclear deadlines that contributes long-term success. As I said in the past also, when we watched the Team Urban video, why procrastination related video we have watched, right there it talked about without deadlines and all. But your real success lies in the category, second category only. As I mentioned, in my case, going to gym is my second category. Every day I should go, but it's not urgent. Still, it is very important. I do. And reading the book, listening to podcast, improving my communication skills, upskilling myself, working on my video editing skills. They are all very important, but not urgent. So there is a scope for me to procrastinate. But the more I procrastinate, the bad I feel about myself. But the more I do, the great I feel about myself. So understand this category, very important category. The more you spend your time in the second category, then you will spend very less time in the first category. How? Every day I'm preparing without making myself urgent. Every day I'm preparing for my interview. Then I don't have to worry before the interview, right? It's not urgent anymore for me. It's very important, but still I can perform very well without even much me getting stressed and tension in my life, because every day I'm preparing for my life. And coming to the third category, as I mentioned, like tasks that much must get done but don't require your specific skill set, or something it's not required, not important but urgent, attending to any functions, okay, events that may not be having that much, unless until they are very close relatives or best friends to you. But generally, that's not required that much time for you. That's not important at all. But still, we ended up doing those things, and then we feel like we are not getting anything in our life because your approach towards the work is very wrong. And last one, your social media, listening to the music and watching the movies, web series, Netflix, whatever you think of as a refreshment activity in your own terms, going to movies and going to parties and enjoying your life and all, comes in the last category, delete category. That means you should delete them in your life so that you will get more free time to complete your lot of activities. But 95% of the crowd, the competition which you feel like whenever you go to any interviews, whenever you appear for any competitive exams, you see lakhs of applications. Out of lakhs of applications, 95% of the people who are applying for those jobs belong to these two categories, third category and fourth category. That means they are trash. They are just junk. There is no competence from them. There is no competition at all from them to you. And the only real competition lies with 5% of the people, those who spend their time in these first two categories. They always deal with the important and urgent works, and they try to postpone, or they don't do any unnecessary things in their day, and they'll always prioritize what is important for them. That's how, if you can manage your day, then you can live your life very happily and peacefully. And that's why so many people ask me, sir, how do you maintain your good health? Because I always deal with my life in the first two categories. Sometimes my father calls me and I don't lift his call. When I will call my father? Whenever I have my lunch afternoon time at 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock, after having my lunch, I go for 10 minutes, 15 minutes walk. During that time, I talk to my father. And my sisters call me entire day whenever she gets free time. But I most of the time I tell her that I am busy now, I'll call you later. And then at the end of the day, after 10:30, after completing my all the batches and writing my diary and all, I call her first at 5-10 minutes, and then she observes me that I'm feeling sleepy, and she will only tell me, Anna, go and sleep. That's it. And I don't have to waste much time in that case. And even coming to the most of the time, whoever want to talk to me, when it comes to talking to my class members is very important than my family members, because they joined in my class because they believing in me and they want my time and they want my suggestions, and sometimes they need my personal guidance. And then in that case, I give my time in the evening time whenever I go for walk around 5:30 to 6:30. I give most of my time to the people whoever want to talk to me in between 5:30 to 6:30. That's how I manage my day, so that I don't have to feel regret by the end of the day when I'm going to sleep. The moment when I get into the bed, within just 5 to 10 minutes only I get into the sleep. Why? There is no regret. There is no feeling bad and sad and thinking negative and all. Nothing comes to my mind. I feel I've done the best whatever the possible in my day, and that's the end for my day. Okay, so think of like that, then your life will be much more happier and successful. And most of the successful people invest their time in the first two categories. But most of the unsuccessful people who always blame the society, who always blame the current government, and who always blame their parents and the school and college and education and all, they all live in that last two categories. The only easiest thing they can do is excuses or the blaming something else, and nothing else more than that. Okay, and understand very important concept here. Frog in the boiling water syndrome, mostly you can relate to this example whatever I am going to share. So think of, imagine a pot or the vessel or the dish whatever it is on the, on the flame, and there was a water in the pot, and then the water was boiling. Okay, the water was boiling, and when you just take the frog, live frog, and keep it inside the water, the boiling water, what frog will do, it will immediately jump out of the water because it feels so much of heat, and then it will try to save its life. But keep the frog in the cold water and then slowly increase the flame. Over the period of time, water gets boiled. And what exactly no this frog will do, it feels very comfortable in that cold water. Slowly it gets lukewarm and it feels so comfortable, and then slowly the water gets boiled, but still it won't want to come out, and then eventually it will die. In the same way with your comfort zone also, same thing is happening. You know that you wanted to do something, you want immediate changes and all, but when something is changing regularly over the period of time, you don't observe the changes. Slowly you'll enjoy. Means suppose think of like, now AI ML is coming to the picture in a lot of technologies. Okay, you are working as software engineer, and AI ML is coming slowly. And but for you, if something is immediately changes, then you will immediately learn that skill and practice it. But when it's something is happening very over the period of time, what happens with us is we just try to, okay, we'll later part we'll do and we'll learn. Now it's not important and all. You are happy with whatever the skill which you are doing in the job. Slowly you will do like that. But what is happening is that slowness is something is killing you. Okay, immediate things and always something will always give you the alertness, but whenever happens something slow changes, right, that will not give any alertness. Something will come and wipe you off, like how this frog example. Most of the time in your life also, think of, that your communication skills are not good, and you are managing your job by just with the whatever the little bit communication you are having, and still you wanted to take the action, but still okay, you are feeling little bit comfortable because your job is not in risk, as long as you can manage your task and technical work. But think of, the water is getting slowly heated over the period of time, and eventually after 5 6 years you become a team lead or you become a manager, and at that time you need a very good communication skills, and by that time you will become very tensed and then stressed and fearful, and you don't have much time to take care, and then you will also die, like means you will also lose opportunities like a frog, and how it dies in the hot water, in the same way. So don't live like this frog. When something is heating up, immediately you should get the senses. Okay, you should observe the what is changing around you, and then jump out of the comfort zone and then do something which is important for you in your life. And to understand this concept, I will recommend you to read the book name called Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. How exactly we always entitled comfortable with the comfort zone, how we always happily live with our comfort zone. But what exactly you don't understand, comfort zone is the enemy here. The biggest culprit is the comfort zone that will kill you over the period of time. How it is like, when you are taking the poison, immediately you will die, but the slow poison which is giving 1% every day, 1% every day, like that, the comfort zone will give you the poison in terms of comfort, and then eventually after a few days you will die, because you will not dying in the sense, not dying exactly, but dying also will come when it comes to food related habits and bad habits and all. Dying also will happen, but generally skills related things, you will run out of the money, you will run out of the opportunities, and nowadays most of the people are complaining there are no jobs at all in the current market. But are you having really good skill set to get the job? No. You may be filling the entire resume with different whatever you know from the Google, you started filling, but how much confident you are about your skills, what you mentioned in the gym, what you mentioned in the resume. So think of, don't be like this frog, try to get the awareness and come out of the comfort zone when it is not in out of control. But so many times when you stay for a long time, things will get out of control, that time you can't take action. Think your health is not good and you are feeling something every time, and you are not going for a medical checkup and get tested, and after so many days you can't postpone anymore, and when you go there and the doctor told you that you're having last stage cancer, at the time things are already out of control, you don't, you can't revert the things back. So like that, when the things are normal, when the things are in control, take the action and then complete them so that you will be happily living. Otherwise you will die like this frog unnecessarily without realizing. Okay, so this is one thing. And one more thing is, most of this generation always prioritize the entertainment over the education, but still they want the jobs. Okay, still they want a great income, still they want happiness in their life. But understand the definition of entertainment itself is a wrong in most of the people cases. As I explained previously, most of the people entertainment is opening Instagram and watching movies and web series and serials and all. But the biggest problem is, that's just a titled or labeled as entertainment, but that's not the real entertainment. If that is the real entertainment, then why are you not getting the proper sleep in the night time? If you are entertained, you should feel happy about it and then sleep. You should get sleep properly, but you are not getting the sleep. Why? Because you have a guiltiness inside. Why the guiltiness is coming? Because of your wrong definition of entertainment. That's no more entertainment in your life. That's a killing entertainment in your life. And if you don't understand that, then you ended up failing so many miserable ways, and you can't even revert the things back. And understand, 95% of the crowd, which I already explained, prioritize only entertainment. That's why if you see any comedy videos which will have more videos, more views, if you see any cat videos, dog videos, and puppy videos, and child videos and all, cooking videos and all, you will see millions of millions of views and billions of views. But when it comes to educational related videos and all, you'll get only hundreds and thousands videos, video views only will be there. Why? Because we feel like that's not to us, and we feel like, okay, let me enjoy first. The moment when you are entertaining, when you are watching education also, in between entertainment comes, then immediately you shift towards entertainment by sacrificing your education. But understand, know the ratio. The people who balance both will get succeed in their life, but the people who fail to balance these two will eventually die in the long run. Understand what exactly education means. It's not, education means not just reading the book and all. Okay, upskilling yourself, learning some new skills, what are all which are relevant to the current market, and what are all gives you the lot of value and income, and how you can generate multiple source of income, and how you can upskill yourself in a lot of different areas. That's education. Whatever is required in the current generation, you should upskill yourself. And now ChatGPT is ruling everything, and if you don't know how to use ChatGPT, then you'll be losing so many things, right? And a lot of new technologies are coming, new apps are coming, and if you don't know how to use such kind of apps, then it is going to be very difficult for you. But most of the time, even nowadays, a lot of people who don't even educate also started knowing how to move their finger and started using Instagram. That's where the real entertainment lies in, they feel. But that's not the entertainment. That's something, the poison, slow poison, which is killing your dreams and which is killing your future, and which is making you in a very bad situation. Okay, which is creating a very bad future for you. And now only your situation is very unbearable. You can think of your life, how exactly you are living your life now, which is unbearable. Think of, if you do consistently the Instagram scrolling and all for next 5 years, you can't even focus for 1 minute also on important things. And then you will not fit for any jobs, and you will not fit for anything. Most of them you will be always dealing with your mental health issues. Okay, mental health issues, and you will be having a lot of trauma. Okay, depression, anxiety and all. So balance your education and entertainment, then you will always have a very better future. And initially education looks something painful, but I would say the real entertainment lies in learning only. Okay, the more you learn, the more you can earn. Okay, the more you learn, the more you can earn. The earning gives you the kick, the dopamine, and that again eventually lead you to learn more and earn more. But most of the people, they don't understand the concept of education and entertainment, and they ended up spending most of their time in entertainment zone, and then they ignore education. And be careful with this and try to balance both so that you will have a better life in the future. Okay, and remember here, most of the time, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows, and your entire focus is nothing but your time here. Okay, most of your time is going unnecessary, unproductive activities. Then your energy also going to the unproductive things only. And wherever your energy goes, your future comes. Where your energy flows, and your future comes. And most of the time, your energy is going to social media. Then from where your future, come as a bright future, it will not come. You will be ended up thinking that my life is sucked, and I think God has given me the very bad life ever, and you will always curse the God and all. But remember, you are the co-creator of your own life, which I always tell. If you can take care of your day properly, you can create the best future possible from now onwards also. Don't think that, okay, I'm 20, 30, 40, no matter what your age is, if you can start focusing now onwards, then everything can be recreated, and then given you the best opportunities, whatever possible and whatever is exist in the planet. But unfortunately, we are the people think that my time is that's it, and today, my life is like this in this life, and maybe I will do something in the next life, like that the people think. And in this life, I can't change anything. But understand, if you can take the control over your life, then you can change everything. That's possible. From my life experience, I'm telling you, I used to spend most of my time in watching cricket, playing cricket, watching movies, and talking to the people, you know chit chatting, gossiping, everything, all the bad things only. But the moment when I realized that I need a change in my life, otherwise my life will be something very miserable, then I changed everything. Now, how my past is, how my future, people can't even believe also. That's how I changed my life. Completely 360 degrees changed everything. How did I change? That change did not happen did not happen overnight, and it happened over the period of time. I started doing it slowly, 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 and then I have reached here where I'm managing myself in a lot of best way possible. But still, there is a scope for me to improve myself in terms of time management and self management and mind management. Compared to where I started and where I reached is something a very big success. And for you also the same thing. You can start now and you can change your life also in the best way possible. Understand this thing, equation of life, to have a better life or good life. If you understand this, then you can get a very good life. You don't need any magic in your life to happen overnight. You just apply this equation in your life, then eventually, over the period of time, you will see very big magic in your life, and everything looks like a magic in your life. So what exactly the equation which I wanted to tell you about the life is very simple. I probably might have told this equation 100,000 times, maybe every day also, but I am telling it again so that you will remember for a long time this equation. You can have a very better and great life. The equation is small choices which you make every day, day to basis, with consistency over the period of time, can lead you to the big significant results. Small choice. What kind of choice? Waking up early in the morning today. I told the people that it's optional to wake up at morning 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock to join the my morning 5 a.m. batch to learn some 10 words. But for most of the people, to learn that 10 words, not important at all. Sorry, not urgent at all. They are very important. They know that. That's why they are joining my communication skill classes to improve their communication skills. But for them, that morning extra 10 that till 10 o'clock sleep and all, very important at the time and very urgent, they feel like that. And that's why they feel like, why I can learn the vocabulary on my own also, why I should join this man class in the morning 5 a.m. by sacrificing my sleep and all. That small choice, whatever you make, by giving the priority to the important task with consistency. Small choice, one more choice. Now there is a choice for you to speak in English with a customer care and in Telugu also. But most of the people don't want to be uncomfortable speaking with the customer care and all. We try to speak in Telugu only. And over the period of time, when you do like that, then you will become better at Telugu speaking, but not English speaking. But small choice, by pressing that option English and then speaking in English, whatever the English which you know, and over the period of time with consistency, then you will see the massive change in your communication skills. That small choices which we take in our day-to-day life decides our future. Not any big changes, like any big, we people feel like I am going to either take software engineer or mechanical engineer. That kind of decisions will have its own impact, but not that will be having different, different consequences. But day to day, today, whether to watch a movie, whether to read a book, is a choice for you. Whether to go out or to attend to this class is a choice for you. Whether to improve your skill or whether to just have a fun and chit chat with your friend is a small choice. That small choices which you do every day thousands of choices with consistency over the period of time will decide your life and your future. And you think of what kind of choices which you wanted to make in your life every day with the discipline. To make that choices, what you need is a discipline. That's the soul of this equation. Okay, the discipline is needed to do. The moment when the discipline is missed, then you will see very massive negative results in your life. Whatever the negative results which you are experiencing now is result of your bad or small choices which you made in the past over the period of time, eating junk food every day consistently. Now you will see obesity and diabetes and a lot of health issues, and so many people are suffering with thyroid, glands and all. It will not come immediately. It will come over the period of time when you prioritize your food and all. Small choices by making, I should eat healthy protein food and all consistently, you will see very good physique. So this is what life's equation I want to talk about. And think this particular quotation is very important. I feel it's one of the life changing quotation of my life, because I use every time this quotation in my mind and then take the decision. Time is more valuable than money you can get. Okay, money, and you can get more money, but you cannot buy more time. I'll tell you one simple example. 1 year back, I was going to office every day, 3 days per week. And then at the time, I was going on a rapido by booking the bike and going to the rapido. And sometimes whenever there is any traffic and whenever there is any rain and some unforeseen situation, the time I'm waiting for, okay, the time which I'm wasting for my waiting time is almost 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes also for the rapido driver to come and pick me. And I feel like I'm wasting almost 15 minutes in the morning and 20-30 minutes in the evening. And I thought of decided to buy the bike, okay, so that I can save the time. And the moment when I wanted to buy the bike, one of my friend, who is my best friend, told me, Rakesh, I think you don't have that much money to buy the bike, but still you wanted to buy the bike. Is it required, necessary? You can go on auto. You can walk for 1 kilometer from here to there, and then you pick the auto and then travel in a share auto and then drop down and then again walk around 500 meters to office and all. How much time it will take for me to reach office? 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, and 2 hours it will take. I may save some money also. But I told him that I can earn lakhs or crores also if I use my time properly. It's okay. Now I am not that much rich also to buy the bike with that cost and all, but I will buy the bike, because for me at this time in my 2025s, time is very precious than anything else in my life, and I want to invest my time in the right way possible. I don't want to waste my time in waiting for rapido driver and waiting for share auto and all, because I can't revert that time back when I wanted it the most. Instead, I can spend my money in terms of saving my time, and that's what I did. And that decision really helped me a lot. And whatever the thing which I did at that time, buying the bike, and that's the result whatever I'm speaking now to you. So I have got a lot of free time where I have invested that time in reading and upskilling myself and learning new technologies and listening to podcasts and all. And now I could see the value of time than money. Money is coming as a byproduct of my time, the way I spend my time. In the way I'm getting the money as my byproduct. So think of in give more value to the time, and then that wherever you spend your time in that, what activities, that's where your value lies in. So this is what about the time. And then now it's time for interval. Okay. Don't leave the class. It's the first half of the session where that I talked about the time management, and you can consider about self management, or you can talk about mind management, or you can talk about anything whatever you want. But understand what I explained, why I am explaining these things. And now there is so much of connection going to be there in the upcoming slides, whatever I'm going to share now. And because recently, most of the people whoever are joining the class and whoever are joining from so long, the most common excuse that I'm listening frequently, that I don't have time to do all these habits, whatever you are suggesting. But you don't need any extra time. I'll tell you now how exactly you can complete within a given time whatever you are doing previously. Before joining my class also, you are doing so many things. How you can do by just making little marginal adjustment to your day. How you can get the most important skill in your life you can ever imagine is a communication skill. How you can get that skill by just doing marginal adjustment. And let me tell you something to you, that without changing the process, you will not get the new results. Okay, without changing the process, you will not get the new results. And so far you are suffering with the communication skills. That's your problem. That's why you join in my class. But if you are wanting to live the same life what you used to live before joining my class, then you will not get a communication skills after joining my class also. How you will get a communication skills means by changing something, the process whatever you are not following. If you follow something new, that only leads to the new results. Otherwise same old results only you'll get if you are following the old methods and old procedures and all. And that's why I wanted to explain these things, whatever I feel like sharing with you. And those of you new people, old people, whatever the knowledge which I'm going to share is going to change your communication skills forever in your life. And if you have a discipline, if you can do something on your own, whatever I'm going to share now, you don't have to join in my class also. You can save your money also, but you need the discipline. But one thing you may lack, that's why you should join in my class. There is no other way around. Okay, where you require my class, I'll tell you. But in all the areas where you don't need me, where you don't need our class also, I'll tell you. But most of the times you need our class to get started with new things. And a lot of people ask me like how much time it will take for me to speak fluently and perfect English and all. I will tell the secrets now. Okay. Anybody want to drink water? You can drink. Okay. Let me have some water. Only water only. No popcorn and all. Okay. Don't eat anything in between. Okay. Mm. Sit straight. Some people are slouching and hello people, sit straight. I'm seeing you. Don't think that okay, Sar is not seeing and all. Why are you leaning down like this? You are in a professional community platform, so try to sit in a professional way and sit properly. Maintain some etiquettes. Then only communication will come to you. Communication is attitude. Communication is attitude. I think Veerababu always say whenever he talk about communication skills. In the past, he used to always feel like communication, speaking English only for rich people and educated people. That's true only. Okay, because those people maintain certain attitude. That's why only they are able to speak like that. Their attitude is different. But most of the time, our attitude is different, something else, and that's why we always have this problem of communication skills. So change your attitude to change your communication skills, and let's see how exactly you can become good communicator. What helps you to become a good communicator, we'll talk about now. And whatever I'm going to share now will give you the solutions for all your problems, whatever your complaints are about. Okay. Yeah. So the English habits, the key to fluency are to key to your communication skills. And understand the habits concept here. We first make our habits and then our habits makes us. The line from book called Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And what a great line it is. Previously when I read this line, I did not understand what the meaning of the those lines, but now I can truly experience those. And whatever the habits which I inculcated in my life in the past, and that made my life now, whatever my life is result of my habits which I made last 4.5 years. And whatever the success which I'm getting now, whatever the income which I'm generating, whatever the pride, value, respect, whatever you name it, whatever I'm getting is because of purely because of my habits, what I do in my day-to-day life. And now for you also, it's not just English habits. I would say it's life transforming habits. And you already know those habits. You might be already every day following them in terms of habit report and all. But again, I want to tell you some things which again, it's like a reminder for you so that now onwards you will be doing in a new way. You will be doing the same thing, but in a new perspective with a new method, in a new way. Okay. What exactly the first habit which will make you to become very fluent in your communication skill is reading. And what exactly reading is and why we should read and all I'll talk about. Guys, this time I crammed my presentation with full of words and with full of sentence and bullet points. Why? Because I want you to get the overall picture. Because I can speak and after that you may forget what I spoke. That's why I want you to just have very clear glance over whatever I'm going to present here will make a lot of sense so that once you look at these points, then everything you'll remember about the reading. Okay. Before starting about the reading, I just wanted to talk about one line, which is about it is not what the book cost. Okay, a lot of times people ask how much it cost and all. Whenever I suggest the book, right, to read the book and all, people ask me, sir, how much it is. And it's not the cost about the book, it's what it will cost you if you don't read it. How much you are going to lose in your life if you don't read that book, or if you don't get the knowledge out of the book. That's what you should worry about. It's not that okay, it's 500 400 500 400 or whatever the knowledge you are going to get, there is no connection at all, there is no comparison at all. But still people always try to be very miser in terms of buying the books, and very rich in terms of spending in junk food and giving the parties and celebrating birthdays and all, not required. Okay, so think of, and I really like this line. I don't know where I read, where I've listened this line, but I would like to tell this line. I have already told so many times in our class also. There is no difference between you and the illiterate person if you are not reading the book. There is no difference between you and the illiterate person. Illiterate means who can't read and write. There is no difference between you and them if you are not reading the book. The books means the books which I am suggesting to you. Why? Because they are not reading, because they are unable to read. You know how to read, but still if you are not reading means no use, because you're not getting any benefit or advantage over the any illiterate person. Think of like that, and then decide and prioritize reading in your life. That will transform your life itself. How it will transform, we'll see now. Your vocabulary, national vocabulary will develop with your reading. And I have seen my life, and a lot of words I did not search in Google, I did not write in my vocabulary notes. But still, a lot of times I know the meanings without even searching in the Google. Why? Because I had this habit of reading, and I started understanding the contextual meaning of so many words, and that helped me so much to improve my vocabulary in a dramatic way. And now whatever the words which I'm using, most of the words I learned from my reading itself. So reading helps you to boost your vocabulary, and read regularly over the period of time, you will improve your vocabulary. There is no doubt in that. And a lot of times people ask me that, sir, do you teach any sentences in your classes? Do you teach any grammar and all? I don't teach any sentence. I don't teach any grammar here, because sentence formation and language develops naturally by following the habits. That one habit is a reading habit. Reading habit helps you to improve your sentence formation, right sentence formation, and also helps you to improve right language. You call it as a perfect speaking English, and all develops with the habits only. But most of the people don't understand this, and they ended up reading by hearting. They by heart all the sentences, and they read all the grammar rules. That will not help you. Language develops naturally by habits. The first habit is reading. And then punctuation skills required. Whatever the most of the time people don't know where to stop and where to end and all, and they just simply speak continuously without giving any pauses. That punctuations, whatever designed for you to give the meaning for the context or meaning for the text, comes only with the reading. And you will get to know where the question mark is being used, and where the punctuation mark, what is the explanatory marks, and where the double quotes are being used, where the underline is used and all. Okay, single quotes, these things and all you will only come to know when you are reading. When you are listening, you can't see where the punctuation and where the question mark is, right? When you are listening, you will only listen, you will only get that when you are listening. Everybody sit straight. Pujita, why are your face is getting dull? Yeah, sit properly. Punctuation skills you will understand by reading. And knowledge and life skills, whatever the knowledge which I'm sharing to you now, I got from books only. I have read almost 90 plus books from past 4.5 years, and the knowledge which I gained from the books only now helping me to teach you and to help you to change your life and to change my life. And lot of life skills which I'm teaching you in this class are the byproduct of my reading habit. And understand, you can also get that life skills if you have the reading habit, right? How many days you'll join my class to depend on my skills and all. You can gain your own skills by understanding what exactly you need by reading the right book at the right point of time. And read what you love before you love reading. Most of the time people hate reading because they don't know the value of reading, and they don't love the reading. Why? Because they don't know what to read. But initially read what you love, then eventually you start loving the reading habit itself. Then you can read any book also possibly. Now I read a lot of psychology and neuroscience related books. And initially, if I would have read these kind of books, then I would have stopped reading in the long back ago only. But I started reading some interesting story related books and some other related books which are important for me. And then slowly I know the value of reading, and now I'm reading and with a full of love. And read every day for the love of reading, not for the English. This is the one more problem most of the people do. That's why this reading habit only sustains still in English therapy only. After when they leave the English therapy, they don't follow this habit. Why? Because they think that this habit is for English, not for their life. So guys, make this reading habit for lifetime, not for English therapy habit reports and all. try to get this habit in your life. No matter what your life is, maintain this habit in your life and give this habit to the next generations in your life. Then that's the best gift you can ever give. And you must enjoy reading and forget about English development. English development happen unconsciously. You will, once you are worrying about when I will speak fluently, when I will speak perfectly and all, you will never speak perfectly and you will never speak fluently, because most of the time you are worrying, not improving. So instead you enjoy reading. Whenever you are reading, you enjoy the book, then you will eventually become very good communicator, best communicator, I would say. Okay. Yeah. And then a lot of times people don't know how to inculcate this habit itself. They fail to have this habit by following the right methods. But I would like to tell you how you can exactly get this habit in your life, how to develop this reading habit in your life. Is keep a book close. Most of the people buy the book, but they will always keep in the book shelves, and most of the time they don't touch the book also, because it's always far away from them. If I ask the people to show your mobile, then there is always mobile is at the hands, at the distance of your hand only. But when I ask you to show the book, only few people can show the book without moving, and that's what I want you to. Okay, so keep a book close to you. Then you never knows when you get interest to read the book. But when you get the interest to read the book, and then the book is in your bedroom or in your hall, or in the library and all, then you will postpone that. Okay, I will read after 1 hour. But that mood will be there or not after 1 hour, we don't know. Most of the time they don't get the interest also to read after 1 hour. So think of, to get the reading habit in your life, you should always make sure keep a book along with you. Even if you don't read also, a lot of times my friends always scold me for keeping the book in my bed. Because I always keep one book in my bed and one book in my on my table, one book in my friend's room also I keep. And then whenever they are sleeping in the bed, and always they see the book, and why this book is always in the bed and all. Maybe I never know. While I'm sleeping, if I feel like I want to read, I want to read. If I come out of the bedroom and come to this room, maybe I may lose my interest of reading. That's why it's better to have the book around with me. And that's why I read. Don't do this initially. If you are a master in reading, then you can read multiple at a time, multiple books. Means morning one book, evening one book, or something like that. But initially you read one book only, otherwise you don't remember what you are reading in other book and all. But I read multiple books. I read currently, now I'm reading 3 books at a time. Okay. So one is for my psychology related knowledge, and one is for my regular classes and for my improving communication skills, and one is for fun related, entertainment related reading activity. Okay. So like that, keep your book close. And reading should be cool. And most of the time they unnecessarily keep unwanted targets, that I should read book today, I complete this 10 pages, 20 pages and all. The moment when you keep very big task to your mind, then your mind reject the idea of reading. Instead you just grab the book, just read one line, one page, one paragraph, enough. But I want to read today. Before reading, only if you are keeping to your mind that I want to read at any cost 3 hours, 4 hours, then your mind reject that idea. You don't want to feel burden, and it will not read. It will not give the interest to you to read. So it should be cool, means it should not be big task for you. Just do it normally. Okay. And join reading club or library. And for you, I don't know, most of the people don't even know that where the library also in your places, except few people who are preparing for government competitive exams or any exams. But it's very difficult for you to join a club. That's why I have created the reading club in our own class. So our class itself is a reading club for you. And most of the time when you are having the people who are having the similar interest, that interest will last for a long time. And in your friend circle, I know nobody have this kind of habit, and by watching you only, some people will learn this habit. But I know that because I've seen most of my old students, and they told me every time that because of them, their parents, sorry, their siblings, their parents, their friends, all people started this habit. So you can be the giver, not the beggar, in terms of spreading the good habits. And when you are not having the like-minded people or right-minded people, then this habit will not last for a long time. That's the biggest problem. After they leave the class, they don't continue with this habit, because most of the in their friend circle, they don't have a reading habit. That's why stay connected with English therapy people. Those people have English therapy habits like reading. And when you are discussing about what book you are currently reading and what is the interesting book which you recently bought and how is the book, and share me the feedback of the book and all, when you do these kind of things, then slowly what will happen, you will be in that discussion. And when you are in that discussion, then you can continue that habit for a long time. and then you inculcate that habit in your family members, so that most of the time you'll be spending your time with the family members only, and that you can create a reading club in your own family itself, in your own friend circle itself, and you keep your books which are visible to the people. Whenever somebody guest comes to your house, then they will also pick the book and start reading. Maybe they may read or not, we don't know, but at least they will do show off in front of us to touch the book and to see the book name and all. So let them give that. Okay. And I really like this lines from Sudha Murthy. When she was she shared one time, she said, like, when she was newly married to Narayana Murthy, these two people went to one host, like they visited to one of their person house, relative house. They were very richest relatives. Okay. And then these she was the very curious to observe the entire family. Whenever you visit rich people houses, they will take you to the entire house and show, this is the bedroom, this is the living room, and hall and kitchen and all. They want to show off their how much rich they are. They will show everything to you, right? So at the end, while they are serving the food, also they were serving in the silver plates and everything, most of the kitchen material and all in the silver only. And then once they started coming, and you said they are very rich, but I feel they are very poor because they don't have even single book also in their entire house. And in her case, like, its richness is not in terms of jewelry, or it's always in the terms of knowledge. And the knowledge resource is the reading and the books. And the books she did not find in that house, and she felt it's a poor house, not rich house. Okay. So think of, and now see how rich Narayana Murthy and Sudha Murthy nowadays, because of that one habit which they inculcated. And most of the time, because of Sudha Murthy books only, most of the people get interest to read the books. And that's why I suggest most of the time initially Sudha Murthy books only. Yeah. And fix a time slot. Initially you need to fix a time slot as a routine. And in my case, I will tell you, previously, before starting my 5 a.m. club, every time whenever I woke up in the morning, I do meditation and I read in the morning 30 minutes or 45 minutes before starting my morning batch. But nowadays, when I'm starting my morning batch at 5 a.m. only, I'm not getting the time to read at that time. So I'm going to the gym and coming back and having my breakfast and post workout meal and all. And at 10:15 I'm completely becoming free. From 10:15 to 10:55 I'm reading the book, and then I'm starting my class at 11 o'clock. And again in the evening time, from 4:30 to 5:30 I'm reading the book. Okay, 1 hour in the evening. And 5:30 to 6:30 I'm listening to the audiobook while walking. So like that I scheduled. You try to create one routine, follow that routine. 9 out of 10 times follow that. One time there would be some things will come, some unwanted things and all. It's okay that one day and all, but try to follow the routine. Then it's like a timetable for you at what time to do what. But don't force yourself to read 1 hour, 2 hours and all. Just try to read at least 10 minutes also if you don't get a time and all. And don't take a break. Most of the time they read, and then when recently I've seen, right, most of the time we have seen, when you are doing something good activity, when there is a break comes, then people will break out. And I've seen recently, because of Pongal, most of the people joined before the class, before Pongal. And after the Pongal, they went and then they went away from the class itself. Okay, they went for festival, but they went away from the class itself. And after that, they did not show up. Only few people show up their faces after the festival, and most of the people, they did not join again. And I was a little worried, but it's okay. I got new members. Now I'm very happy that there are no festivals nowadays except Valentine's Day, but I don't think so. People are having that many plans except 1 or 2 days. Okay, so yeah, don't take up much breaks in between when you are doing the good activities. Especially this only happens with the good activities only. Bad activities we do consistently only, using the mobile every day and watching the TV, watching the movies and all. There is no fixed timetable for us, and there is no problem with the consistency and motivation. But when it comes to good activities only, we want weather to be perfect and time to be perfect and nature to be perfect and everything to be perfect. Then only we'll do the good activities. Otherwise, the easiest way we do is excuse. Today I don't want to. I am not feeling well and all. Even though you are not feeling well, still you use the mobile. But why can't you read the book? Ask this question. And it's a very important question which I always ask to myself. That's why I never make excuses in myself. And you can also ask this kind of question so that you can get some idea. Okay, this is what the reading about. And make sure at least one page per day. And sometimes it's okay if you don't do also, but make sure you read one page also. Enjoy the reading. Ignore the English communication and all. That will come. I am the proof for you. Just watch me. I followed these habits, and now you can see my communication skills, and I became communication trainer itself. Okay, but you think of communication, speaking normal calls and all, you can become very good at that by reading habit. So reading is a very important fundamental activities. and it gives you the food for your thoughts. The more positive content you read, the more positive you become in your life. And that's why a lot of people ask me how you are this much positive, because I consume most of the positive content only. I don't know what are all the breaking news and all what is happening in news. I don't follow any news channel. I don't even know what is happening around me, because news is always nonsense nowadays and you don't get anything out of it. But still, there is nothing in your control when it comes to news. Some of the news channels will show you some of the tragedies. You can't do anything about it, but still you get frustrated and get anger and how the society is behaving like that and all. But at the end you lose your peace of mind, but nothing is changed because of your frustration and anger and all. Why to waste your emotions and all on the things which there is no control at all in your life? Okay. And now next, very important, very important activity when it comes to improving communication skills, not communication skills, any language in your life. If you want to learn any language, most of the 90% of the language develops by the listening activity only. But where we get a chance to listen in our life, who is speaking English around us? Nobody is speaking English around us. And the people whoever use the most frequently language, that language we develop naturally. If you go and stay in Bangalore for some days, you will learn Kannada very easily only by just listening only. If you come in Hyderabad, say, live in a high tech city, or not high tech city, in old city, you will improve your Hindi without efforts. How these things happens means by listening only. So understand, our brain designed, okay, our brain is designed that it makes a blueprint of anything you listen to repeatedly and reproduce it when it required. So that means you should prioritize listening more. Why? Because your brain is like a tape recorder. It will record everything and reproduce it. And if you are not listening at all a language in English, then it is very difficult for your brain to produce the sentences fluently. So your mind is like a tape recorder. You think of any song which you repeatedly listen, you can sing that song, right? After some time. And still scientists were yet to figure it out how this brain tape recorder works. They yet to figure it out. It's a magic your brain produces when it comes to language development. And that's why those who are deaf are the dumbs. Those who can't listen can't speak. And that's why listening is very important for you to improve your speaking skills in English and listen to different things. And your mother tongue developed by listening only, right? You did not read also. I told, like, reading helps you to improve your English communication skills. But how your mother tongue? You before reading, writing only, you improved your mother tongue, right? That's the beauty with listening. Oh, constantly when you are listening, then your communication develops. Okay. Listening helps you to improve your language pattern. Every day when you are listening particular sentence in certain way, then without learning grammar rules also, you can understand how sentence should be spoken. Okay, I will tell you the example. I will went to tomorrow Hyderabad. Then immediately what will strike in your mind? This sentence is wrong. How it will be? I will went to tomorrow Hyderabad. Whenever there is a will, most of the time go only comes in your mind. I will go tomorrow. Tomorrow is a future and will is a future and go is something we were. That's how you think. Without knowing the grammar rules also, immediately your mind strikes that this man spoke something wrong sentence. Why? Because in your mind there is a pattern. Right sentence pattern is there in your mind, and that pattern is something helps you to develop natural grammar, not by hearting the grammar rules. So listening helps you to develop that language pattern in English, in any language. So listen more as much as possible. Actually, if you born and brought up in either America, you don't have to read any of these things also. Simple. From your first, second, third year itself, you started learning. Why? Because you listen more, and then that creates a pattern in your mind and your brain. And that's why kids have the ability to learn a lot of languages, because their brain is so powerful, and then they give more attention to that and they improve. Okay. And how you can listen means, most of the time people complain that I don't get a time to listen and all. I always feel very happy whenever I travel, because I get a lot of time to listen. And you, when you are traveling, especially when I drive the bike, for whenever I go to my hometown and home, I travel around 4 or 5 hours on my bike, and I listen at least 3 hours audiobook only. 3 hours, and while coming and going, I'll complete one audiobook itself. Okay, every time whenever I go home. And nowadays, whenever I'm every day I go for walk, and every day I listen at least one podcast. Okay, completing and it. Traveling, walking, waiting at the bus stop, or working in gym, whatever the place. And to housewives, while cleaning the dishes, while washing the class, and while cooking and all, you can do this activity. It's something you can develop. Initially, listening is the toughest activity to do. Why? Because your brain will not focus on it. But once you practice it over the period of time, it becomes easier for you, so that you can listen very carefully. And then without, by doing multitasking also you can listen. Initially you cannot do multitasking by listening, but once your brain is trained, then you can do multitasking as well while listening. And like that, prioritize. Don't tell me again time management and all. I have given examples also. I listen like this whenever I am waiting for something. Whenever I'm, nowadays I'm cooking in my room, and while I'm cooking also, previously I used to wash dishes, but now they given me the task of cooking. So while I'm cooking, while cutting the vegetables, and I keep the headset, and I just, because I know how to cook and all, that doesn't require my attention and all, I try to do it. So think like that, you also can do it. And in my gym also, I listen to the audiobooks. Most of the time I spend around 2 to 3 hours in listening only. And the more you listen, the better your language becomes. But listen to easy and interesting things initially, then only you'll listen. Otherwise, you'll not understand. Okay. So note some important points while you listen. Okay. First and foremost thing is practice listening. Similar stuff. Try to initially try to stick with one podcast, one person, and after that, once you become good at in listening, then you can move to other podcast and all. But similar podcast, similar stuff, whatever you are listening, try to listen to the same person, so that your language, sensor organs in your brain will be activated, and then it will become easier for you to listen. And divide your listening time. As I said, I don't listen 3 hours in a continuously. 1 hour in the gym, 1 hour in the gym, and evening 1 hour while walking, and while cooking it will take half an hour or 30 minutes while cooking the food. Like that, I divide my time, and then I listen. And mindful listening for better communication, especially. So sometimes it's very much needed for you to sit down and listen without doing any task also. Just simply like how you do meditation, in the same way, sit like that and listen at least 15 to 20 minutes. You can do multitasking by doing other things also, but mindfulness, listening is very much needed to improve your attention span and focus levels. Okay. And then listen to the easily interesting and helpful stuff, as I already mentioned. Don't listen to the very hard things and all. You don't get interest to listen for a long time. And this is very important. Repeat the same audiobook or podcast. How, when you like some song, how you listen again and again to the same song, then after 2 3 days you will start singing the same song with lyrics on your own. Same thing happens with the listening as well, like listening to podcast and audiobooks also. Listen to the same audiobook again and again and again. That helps you so much to improve your communication skills in English. Okay. And one important technique which I want to tell you, two senses technique. Think of, you are reading now currently activities everything book, and you are reading every day at least 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and listen to the same audiobook. Okay, listen to the same audiobook, and then do both at a time. Connect to the Bluetooth and listen, and then open your book and read. While audio is going in your brain, just read it on your own. That's a two-way technique. One is you are reading with your eyes, and you are listening with your ears. That is a two senses technique, and that helps you to develop the language much faster than you ever imagine. If you really wanted to improve your communication skills within very less time, this is the one of the important technique you can do. By reading and listening same thing, in the morning you have read something, and in the evening you listen something, in the night time you can do both together parallelly at the same time. That helps you improve so much. And there is an app called Booklet app, where you can do that both at a time. You can read and you can listen. I'll share the link also. If you are not having the book in your hand, you can do that. Okay. And also I told recently, like when you are watching any TEDx video, write down the transcript of entire video, and then now read and listen to the audio, whatever the video which is audio is coming, right? Listen. Then that helps you so much to improve your English communication skills. And then watching, most of the people do it very frequently, but this is my least priority activity. I rarely watch videos. I rarely watch videos because it's the easiest way to do. Watching activity is the easiest activity to do, and I don't do it. But if you really wanted to do watching activity, then try to watch some meaningful things. So, and understand here, you have to give up your likes and dislikes in your life for the bigger purpose in your life. And I know that you watch funny videos, entertainment videos, okay, and listening to music and things like Jabardast, reality shows and all. But if you want to get something good in your life, then you should avoid or sacrifice some of your likes. And sometimes you may not like something, you should still ignore that and sacrifice something. Guys, please sit straight. Okay, there are so many people face are getting dim and dull. I don't know what is happening with you. Visualize everything what I'm speaking. And here I'm not teaching any Korean or Japanese. English, basic English I'm using. But in every frame one person face is getting dull. I don't know, but remaining people face are brightening every slide. Whenever I'm saying people face are brightening, but some people face are getting dull. Maybe you might had something different there, I don't know. But be careful. Okay, I observe each and everyone. I'm not at all looking at my screen, I'm looking at your face only. Yeah. So think of this, and this line by Mahatria, and I really love it. And that's why sometimes I give up my likes. Previously I used to watch cricket, I like to watch cricket, I like to watch movies and all. But when I had a bigger purpose in my life, I stopped watching cricket play, going and watching and talking about cricket and all. Previously I entire day filled with watching cricket and movies only. But now I had a bigger purpose in my life, and I just ignored those things. Okay. And then stop regional language. Most of the time we are comfortable watching our own language videos and all. Do fasting, regional language fasting for some months. Don't watch something for next few days in Telugu or in your mother tongue. Train your brain for some months. Then you don't love to watch in your regional language anymore. Now if I open my YouTube feed, you don't see any Telugu video also. I'm completely transformed myself to full of English only. And understand. And I already shared a lot of YouTube channel videos, and make sure those follow. Unsubscribe to all the YouTube channels which you feel like unnecessary and only entertainment related. As I already told, entertainment versus education. Now your entire 20-25 years filled with only entertainment only. Now also if you entertain, then your life will be in a very big risk. So prioritize now at least education by following the YouTube channel which I suggested. Okay, TEDx videos especially. And a lot of people are nowadays watching TEDx videos. I'm really happy with it. Okay. But this activity should be last activity in your watching sorry, English related habits. Okay, because it's the easiest way. But those who are struggling a lot, then you can go with this activity, story related watching activities. But yeah, now comes to the main activity. That's why you joined in my class. Okay. And I want to talk about this activity more. Give your attention here. This whatever I'm going to talk now is going to transform your speaking skills now onwards. Okay. Think of, you should speak for expressing yourself, not to impress. Right? You use your native language, your mother tongue, to speak whatever is you are feeling inside. You try to use the language and words to communicate with that. But when it comes to English only, people always have this wrong mindset. They always wanted to impress the people by speaking posh English with a different accent and all, but that's not needed. You should speak to connect with the people, so that if you express, people will connect with you. But unnecessarily you are trying to impress the people, then they hate you and they don't try to be with you also. And then a lot of times, sir, I don't have a fluency to speak confidently and all. So what comes first, confidence or speaking, fluency? Confidence only comes the moment when you start speaking. Okay, the moment when you start speaking, you will get a confidence. Now you can see your own self. Before joining my class, how was your confidence and how is your confidence now? Because how it changed means you started speaking in my class, whether right or wrong, and that made you to get the confidence. The moment when you get the confidence, then you speak more and more. That leads to the fluency. But most of the time, people want to be fluent and then confident and then they speak. You are following the wrong approach. Speak, you will get the confidence. With the confidence, you will get the fluency. Follow this approach. No matter what broken English, butler English you are speaking, no matter for me. Speak. Then you get the confidence. Over the period of time, you will develop the good grammar and good sentence naturally, and you will become more fluent. Okay. And then it's like a swimming. Okay. Speaking and all like a swimming. When you are just standing on the bank of the river or the well and all, you get a lot of fear. And then somebody is in the water is teaching you how to use your hands and legs in the water and what to do and all. And teaching you on the board will not help you. Jumping inside the water and see how it is swimming and all only help you to improve your skill. And speaking English is just like a swimming and driving. You can't learn on the board or on the classroom and all. Even though you are learning in this class to speaking and all, but generally I'm not teaching anything on the board, right? So speaking is like any other skill, like a swimming and driving. It only develops when you do that. Not by reading, not by knowing how to speak and all will not help you. First start speaking, then only you will become better at it. Okay, so yeah, what stops us from speaking in English especially? Why? Because we always consider English is something, we always treat the people who speaks better English, we think them they are intelligent and more affluent people, rich people and all. But that's not true. There are so many intelligent people who don't know how to speak in English. That you should understand. But most of the people always have this fear of making mistake. They think that speaking wrong English is a crime. That's why they don't speak at all, because they don't want to make any mistakes and they don't want to they don't want to do any crime and they don't want to be in jail. So that's why they avoid speaking in English. But understand, making mistakes in English is not a crime. This is something, the mindset is stopping you from speaking in English. Okay. And most of the time in our class also, those who are not able to speak properly, we think that they are not literate and they are not intelligent and all. But we there is no connection between English speaking and intelligence and education and all. So they might have learnt and had a great knowledge in their own regional language, that's it. And they might be very successful businessman without knowing English also. That's why they are learning now. It's okay. What is the problem for you to think that they are not educated, they are not intelligent, they don't have basic common sense? Don't label anybody just based on English language as intelligent and not intelligent. And now people are considering me that more intelligent than anyone else because I'm speaking more English. But no, you may be more intelligent than me also. But this is what we developed, that mindset that who speaks English then they are intelligent, who speaks regional language they are not intelligent. That's wrong. Okay, this is what stopping you from speaking in English. It's a wrong myth. Okay, this belief stops us from speaking with anyone who is more fluent and confident than us. We always feel like those who are speaking very fluent than us, we feel like they are more intelligent than us. And you don't want to make yourself fool out of them in front of them, and you just simply avoid speaking itself. You don't want to open your mouth also because you don't want to be fool in front of somebody. But what I want to tell you is that a lot of English speakers may not be that much intelligent, because I know I have seen so many people in my life whom I treated that very intelligent, but after me became fluent and all, after I started speaking with them, they are the dumbest people I've ever known. Okay, they are very fools, but only thing what they had was English speaking skill. That's it. And that's why don't care whoever are speaking more fluent than you, go and speak. Does nothing happens to you. That's the approach I follow in my life. Wherever I go, right, I go to different institutions to train the people, and I meet very highly affluent people who are public speakers and who are book authors and who are trainers in a lot of different areas. I dominate them because I know the science and psychology behind, and I easily dominate those people, and they get inferior. They feel shivering and all when they speak with me, even though they are very good at, because I know they are not intelligent than me. They are not more fluent than me. That's the only tagline which I use, and that's why they feel little insecure in front of me. And one thing I want to tell you at the end: be shameless. Let the people laugh. Let the people made any judgment also doesn't matter to us. Think of these class members, you don't know anyone, and after this class you never know these people and you'll never meet them again. So it's the best opportunity for you to use this class as in the whichever way possible you want. Use this class and make any mistakes and learn and then go. Nobody will remember you what mistakes you did, and they don't even have the time also. They don't even remember you also after some days and some years also. Then why are you stopping yourself in this class not to speak in front of the people? Just be shameless. Even if you make a mistakes also, it's okay. And you may think that, okay sir, I am working in some places and at that time, anywhere, just show the same attitude. Be shameless. Let the people laugh. Let the people comment on your English. Let the people point out your mistakes and let the people poke at your English and all. It will be only for a few days, because we are working on our communication skills, right, by reading, listening and watching. That's where our improvement is happening in the back end, slowly steadily. But if you are not speaking, then you will not improve. And you can't say that, sir, I'm reading and listening and watching, I will only speak once I become perfect and all. As I said, perfectionism only comes once you start speaking, not after doing all these things. Speak first and then you will improve, you will become perfect. So this is what I want to tell you out of speaking. And understand these things. And here one more very important suggestion: after listening all my motivation from past 1.5 year, you wanted to do something which you have never thought of doing in your life, and you want to be more workaholic and wanted to wake up at 4 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning, sleep at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and wanted to do everything and all. But I want to tell you, every time I tell this famous line, The doctor suggests you to eat apples for your good health, and you went immediately after coming out of the hospital and then bought 7 apples and thought that I will eat every day apples and all. And then what you do most of the time, you buy the fruits and keep it in the fridge, and most of the time we don't open the fridge, and sometimes you forgot also that fruit section whatever you wherever you keep, and then you forgot all the days, and then Sunday you realized that you opened the fridge, and then you thought that, oh, there are 7 apples, and then doctor told me to eat apples, and they let me eat all the apples so that I'll become more healthy and all. When you eat 7 apples on a day, then you will become again sick, and again you have to go to hospital. Even though eating apple is a very healthy habit, but eating all the apples at a time is a very poisonous. In the same way, whatever I told, all very great if you follow in the right way. But if you started doing like this line, then again, it's a very dangerous for your communication skills. Let's see what exactly they are. Make an English ritual for yourself in a day, but don't be rigid with it. I told you to follow these things and all, but don't be completely rigid and don't you don't want to change and all. Make sure your schedule is flexible. You have set up 1 hour to read. Sometimes you did not get a 1 hour to read, at least read one page. That flexibility should be there. But you told to yourself that today I will read 1 hour, but you wasted 25 minutes out of 1 hour. You are only left with 35 minutes. No, I'm not going to read today because I want only read to 1 hour per day. But I have only 35 minutes in my hand. I don't want to read. I don't want to read less than 1 hour. So it's a foolish thing. A lot of people do. You're getting right. I asked you to do 10 minutes meditation, but you have only 5 minutes meditation. But people think that 5 minutes is not enough to do meditation, and they don't do meditation itself on that day. That's not good. Be flexible in terms of doing the activities. It's okay. Sometimes you may do 1 hour, you may do 10 minutes. It's okay, but be flexible. And you can miss sometimes, as I do. And from last around, in the last 1 week, I did not read a book. I am the person who read every day, but because I have very important, urgent and important activity to talk to the new people to take the new admissions and all, I did not get a much time to read. I read only one paragraph or one page only. But generally, I read most of the time 1 hour, 2 hours in a day. But that time I only got a time to read. At least for the sake of reading, I read only one paragraph or one page only. So you can also miss sometimes the way I do. That's fine. Don't bother yourself, don't beat yourself, and don't unnecessarily feel negative about yourself. You can simply say, okay, today I did not get a time, I'll do tomorrow. Remember, discipline is not always consistent. Discipline is different and consistent is different. Consistency is something doing regularly. Discipline is something, I go to gym. Okay, I go to gym every day. I go to gym. That's a consistency. But sometimes in between, because of festival and all, I go to my home. At that time, I miss my consistency. And after coming from my home back to my room, I may miss 3 4 days gym. And the next day when I come back to my room, the next day morning, if I go to gym, that's a discipline. That's a discipline. That is what you should have. And this is the problem. I see a lot of times when the people misses my class 2 3 days, they don't come back again to the class. Why? Because they want to be consistent. Once the moment when they miss the consistency, they don't have a discipline to come back again and maintain the discipline in your life. Consistency is great, but we are also human beings. Sometimes we miss our consistency. To bring yourself back onto the track, you need discipline, and that is what needed in your life to make your life much more meaningful. And whenever you don't do some things, don't rate yourself as a failure or weak or bad and all. Okay, so it's okay. It's 1 day, 2 days, but don't stretch more than 3 4 days. That again you'll miss everything again. It's okay. 1 or 2 days you can tell to yourself it's okay, normal. I will do from tomorrow onwards like that. But sometimes you have to take a break due to burnout. Sometimes you'll be completely doing and all. So you can take after 3 months or 2 months, you are doing something very consistent and all, you take a break. I don't go to gym for next 1 week sometimes because I make myself observe everything and see how my body is responding to all the things and all. Because my body is going out of a lot of repairs and pains and all. And again, I will go back. Break is needed, but most of the time, with the break only, they will completely break that habit in their life, and they don't do again in their life again that habit. That's not needed. Okay, that's not good for you to achieve big things in your life. So understand these things and then make your life much more meaningful and better for the future. Thank you for listening me very patiently. from past 1.5 hour. And this is what I want to teach you today. And follow my suggestions, whatever I told related to reading, listening, watching, and speaking, and whatever, it doesn't matter. Whoever, whatever the intention you joined. There are some people are saying, sir, I joined in this class to improve my public speaking skills. I want to improve my great communication skills. I am very good at in one-on-one conversation. Let me tell you, whatever your dream of speaking in English, either it could be just one-on-one speaking English, or either it could be speaking a top public speaker. Everybody should follow the same rules only. Everybody should follow the same rules. What is the biggest main important thing you should understand in this, all the things what I'm not mentioned, is your patience. Your patience is something decides your communication skills, nothing else. I told you to read, listen, watch, speak, and all. While doing those all the activities, you should always maintain the patience, because Rome was not built in a day. Okay, great things takes time, and you should have that perseverance to continue for a long time to get these results. And these habits are not for just English improvement, these habits are for life transformation. And if you really wanted to transform your life in the best way possible, then follow these habits. These are the habits followed by great CEOs and great people who can ever imagine. And that's how they spend their day. And if you really, as I mentioned, as I started my first started conversation itself, how they became successful. Okay, how they become successful, it's not the question. Okay, what did they do when they were not successful? If you can do the same thing, then eventually you will also become successful like them. So the most of the successful people biographies I read, and I got to know that those people have this kind of habits in their life. And that's why I presented this presentation today, so that you can be also successful in your life, in any field, not just in communication field, in any field you can be successful. So this is what I want to tell you. And have some patience. Don't ask every time, sir, my English is not improving, and I'm not able to speak in front of the people, I'm feeling a little nervous and shyness, and when I'll get flow like you and all. The flow what I'm maintaining now is the result of my past 4.5 years of experience and hard work and patience. And I don't have any problem with how my communication is now. I don't care anything about how I'm speaking. I don't ask anybody also how my English speaking also. Did I ask anytime how I'm speaking and all? Not here. Anywhere I don't ask. Even somebody want to tell also, I don't listen to them. Why? Because I know if I can correct my root cause, effect will be always corrected. And I am always working on my root cause. What is the root cause? My habits. If I can take care of my habits properly every day without worrying, my English will be byproduct. How I speak is the byproduct. But we ignore everything. Whatever I suggest, everybody ignore those things, and they'll call me and ask me that, sir, how I will improve like you? When I can speak like you? When I can speak fluently without any fear and all? It takes time. Sometimes months, in some cases years also. As I said, I've been working on this communication skill from past 4.5 years. You too. There is no other option. And that's why this skill have the highest value in the market. Getting? If something can be achieved within 1 month, 2 months, this skill will not have that much value. That's why this skill is having so much of value, and you can dramatically change your entire the way you live your life with this one skill. But this skill not come that much easily. You should put hard work into it. You should sacrifice so many unnecessary things from your life. And while doing these good habits, maintain the patience. That's a tagline which I want to tell you. Have patience. Don't ask anytime how my English is and when I will improve like you, when I will speak like you. Why are you joining from past 6 months in this class? Why are you joining from past 3 months in this class? Don't have such kind of questions. Always ask how I can improve my communication skills, what I should do. That's it. When I will improve, and I'll forget about the when. When will come in its time. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. And good to see you all. And count reached to 94 in between. And it reduced to 93, 90, and 89. Some people are experiencing some internet issues. You got it right now. So with this clarity, what I have given about the time management related to the habits which you should follow, maintain everyday habits and do for next few months without worrying about anything. I am dictating everything, how you can improve and all. I am analyzing each and everything while I am sharing and all. So you don't worry about your English communication skills. I will worry. Okay. You give that worriness to me. And you don't worry about your English speaking skills and all. I will take care from my end your English and all. What you take care from your end is read regularly, watch, speak, and listen. And the way to improve your confidence and fluency, correction, and all, I will take care from my end. Don't worry about that. But sir, I want today only. I want today, and then if there are such kind of people are there in this class, if there any people are late, ping me personally. I will send your money back and I will remove you from the groups. And then you go and find the platforms where they will teach you within 3 hours and 4 hours. You can learn from them. But I don't want to teach the students where in a shortcut ways. The more you reach to the top level by using shortcuts, in the same way you will fall down again. And if you join in my English therapy class, you should not join in any other English platforms again in your lifetime. That's the motto of my teaching skill. Okay, that's the end. That should be end of your career in terms of pursuing English related courses and all. You don't have to waste your money. You don't have to waste your money and all anywhere and time also. Spend as much as time possible here. Improve your communication skills. As long as you want to continue, and then improve the moment when you leave. Continue with the habits which I taught you, with the lessons which I taught you, and lead your life in the best way possible. That's the only thing I can tell you. But no, sir, you told 3 months. 3 months and all. If I tell 6 months, 1 year and all, you don't join first. And you have a wrong mindset by seeing 21 days advertisement and all. You always have. And that's the reason I just kept 3 months. And again, sometimes when I am speaking, when I speak with you, also I tell it. Sometimes it will may take 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, lifetime. Nobody can guarantee, because language develops unconsciously in the back of your mind, in your brain. That is not in your control, not in my control. As I said, even scientists are also yet to figure it out. Doctors also yet to figure out how language is getting developed by listening. They are not able to find out where the location of the things and all. So not me, and no trainer also can help you to learn the language within just 1 day, 2 days and all. Have some patience. Enjoy speaking with the people. There are multiple people. Look at the people now. We are around across the India now, connecting through the online, and get to know the people and understand how their cultures and their places and about them, and understand and know the people and all. Just speaking English will not have value outside. Okay, interpersonal skills have very important value outside. Interpersonal skill nothing but how do you deal with a group of people and all. And there are so many people are great people are asking me, sir, can you take one-on-one sessions? What you will learn in one-on-one sessions? At the end you have to face the public only, right? If you may be comfortable speaking with me every day and all, you may be speaking English and all. The moment when you go and face the interview, around four people are joining in the interview and asking a question, you again get terrified. That's why try to learn in the right way. Then, and some people ask me, sir, how can you teach how offline speaking here you are learning online? My methods will work even not in the on the earth. Even go to Mars also it will work. Okay, so think of like that. But just do what I suggest, then you will see the changes. Initially you may feel little struggle, I know. When you are feeling struggling and all, recently I'll tell you one person name. Sunanda is there in our class. She had some problem in reading and understanding and watching, and then she is facing so much of problem. And like her, there are so many people also joined, and they just simply left the class without even contacting me. You joined in this class to improve communication skills. If you are struggling with any problem, you should contact me to know the solution for your problem. But without even asking me, they left the class only. It's their fate. I can't do anything. I just feel happy also whenever somebody leaves, new people will join, and then I feel right people will join. So when it comes to this Sunanda, she called me and told, sir, I have completed only till 12th class, and tell me how I can improve. And I have methods for her also to tell her what she can do in her case. And then I told her something, and within just matter of 1 month only, she started speaking like a pro. People got shocked actually how she's able to speak like that. How it happens? And there are some people also have this kind of problems, but they don't ask me, and then they simply think that this class is not for me and they leave. Guys, here there are different mindset. People are having different requirements. I teach most of my teachings will be suitable for everyone, but there are some 1 to 2% will be completely out of the box. People will be there. If you are that kind of person, reach out to me personally, then I can give you personalized suggestions, whatever helpful for you. But without asking me, without consulting me, if you leave on your own, then I can't do anything. But I will feel sorry for you, and I feel very bad for you, because how many years you continue pursue the English related platforms and all, again you at the end you have to come back to me only, because nobody can cure this disease. except this platform. Even though how much you learn, but you will not get the confidence. You may improve English and all, but confidence and lifestyle and all will be only taught by this platform. So this is what I want to tell you. That's all. 1 minute. Let me take the attendance. Just a moment. You can see the poll. Select your. Sorry, guys. 1 minute. Don't. I will do little modification because we have 5 a.m. club also. I had to do that. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, I'll show you. You can learn that skill also. Why not? 5 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 11 a.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Okay, mention name and this one. Okay, yeah, great then. Thank you. 1 minute. Now you can respond to the poll. Okay, 1 minute. Relaunch poll. Sorry. Okay, got it. Still same thing coming. Okay, you can think of 6:30 batch only. I don't know what happened. It's not coming. Maybe it will not refresh immediately after meeting only. It will.
Sir, we submitted at 6:30.
Can we submit them?
In the
Submit.
poll, not showing the 5 a.m. batch.
Yeah, it's fine. You can submit 6:30 batch. If you are 5 a.m. batch means people, those who are morning batch, 5 a.m. batch, submit as a 6:30 batch. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it will not come now. 1 minute, or else I will do one more thing. Yeah, now you can do it. Okay, I will launch it. Okay, now you can respond. Okay, once again. This is very important. Okay. $51 out of 85, 86. $72. Okay, let the people continue. Okay, guys. So this is what, and thank you everyone for joining and staying with me for nearly 2 hours. And morning 1 hour, everyone joined. Most of the around 44, right? What is the count? Morning 44. Yeah, great. I really
47.
appreciate your efforts.
33.
And 43, 44. Yeah, in between. Guys, show up the same attitude. Attitude is something helps you to improve your life. And I really very happy today morning that after seeing so many people that madness towards improving and to change the lives. So I'm really happy. Continue the same thing, then it will become habituated. Not for next 1 month. I don't say that like your academic teachers work hard for next 1 year, you will be happy and all. I don't say. It will become habituated for you. Lifelong you should work like this only to make the great life. Okay, whatever you wanted, dream life. So yeah, and that's it. We'll meet on Monday morning in your respective batches. Monday morning, evening. Clear, right? And complete all the habits. Tomorrow Sunday means Sunday for the class only, not to your habits and all. Complete and feel happy about it. A lot of people are saying me that now after joining this class feeling happy, sir, positive and all. Why? Because of your habits only. If you do them, then you will be happy. Otherwise, you will be getting a regret feeling and all. And write down all your feedbacks. I want to give chance to speak, but it's already too late, and that's why I'm ending the class. So you will get a chance to speak on Monday about these classes, but make sure you write down whatever this with this fire only write. Again, if you think I will write tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and all, this fire will go. Once this fire will go, then you will not write normally only. So maintain this fire and then continue. You can have your dinner and then write, or else you wake up morning and write it, but write as early as possible. I should receive all the habit reports at the same time feedbacks by the end of tomorrow afternoon only. Then I will read everything so that I will get some clarity whether you understand whatever I wanted to convey or not. Whoever are going to submit after 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, they are not allowed to the batches in there. I will not allow you to the batches on the Monday. And even if even if I allow also, I'll not give you the chance to speak for next 1 week in the class. You should just listen and leave the class. That's it. Okay. These are all my rules. And if you like, you continue or else don't continue. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Bye. Take care. Have a good day. And people, those who have not responded to the poll, only 78 people have responded. And out of 86, try to respond the poll if you have not. And those who have responded, please leave. Thank you. Bye. Take care. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
sir. Good night.
Bye. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.